I'm Michele Bachmann from the 6th District of Minnesota, and today's decisions are offensive on so many levels, but primarily because we are a nation of laws, not men. We're a nation that exists under the concept of limited government. What the Supreme Court ruled today was on the basis of equal protection. And yet, in one of the greatest ironies in this decision, they denied equal protection to every American in the United States. How did they do that? Because they undercut the people's representatives when they voted on the Defense of Marriage Act in the first place. The people were duly represented. They represented the will of their constituencies, and the Supreme Court today undercut the equal protection of every person who elected their representative. They did it even more so, even more personally in the California case, where voters directly went to the polls and cast their vote. By the way, the same year that they voted to elect Barack Obama president, they voted to define marriage as between one man and one woman in the state of California. But the Supreme Court denied the equal protection, the right of that vote, to every Californian. This is historic, because you see what the Supreme Court is saying is they're asserting the supremacy of the court over all three branches of government. They're saying we do not have three co-equal branches, the executive, the Congress, the court. We have the Supreme Court. And so you have 5 individuals on a court who have decided it is their morality or immorality, their view of morality or immorality, which must prevail. 5 people. Is that a denial of equal protection? And now we have an effective oligarchy of 5 who decide what the most fundamental issues of our day. You see, we are becoming a nation that our founders would no longer recognize, because as a nation that exists under the rule of law, as limited government, that means that we as member of Congress, we can't do anything we want. We are constrained by Article 1. And specifically by Article 1, Section 8, we are constrained. The executive is constrained by our Constitution. And let this be a newsflash to the Supreme Court. They, too, are constrained by our Constitution, though this decision belies the Constitution. You see, every time the Supreme Court meets, it's then another constitutional convention, because they say it is. I believe that the people are more important than the Supreme Court. And I do believe that the people will have their sway. This decision is one that is profound, because the Supreme Court not only attacked our Constitution today, they not only attacked the equal protection rights of every citizen under our Constitution, they attacked something that they have no jurisdiction over whatsoever, the foundational unit of our society, which is marriage. That is something that God created. That is something that God will define. The Supreme Court, though they may think so, have not yet risen to the level of God. And so we are here today standing foursquare in support of our Constitution and for the institution of marriage. Now, yield back.